Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Murphy's Market Minute with Elliot Omenson.
And Nathaniel Vossman.
It is the 27th, Thursday of March. Is it March?
Yes, sir.
You know, in my world, it's hard to keep track of what day is what. So this is going to be a quick Murphy's Market Minute where, markets have been doing what they've been doing. It seems like for weeks now, right, Nathaniel?
Yeah, pretty much the whole year, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of what I call just sideways, right? Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah.
I mean, it was sideways. I mean, it was sideways with a slight trend up until the middle of February, and then it plummeted to like March 7th or 8th, and then it's kind of risen back up a little bit. Basically, the S&P's down today 0.13%, which brings it year to date to down just a touch over 3. So 3% down for the year.
Yeah.
Again. Now, off of its high, that's more, right? I think it's, down 10% off of its high. But just year to date, which has been 3 months, it's a negative 3% as of 10:46 a.m. on the 27th. So, again, I don't think it's really a big deal. And why do you think it? What do you think happened today?
I know just recently Trump had announced those tariffs on auto imports.
Yeah, 25%, right?
It was yesterday, though, right? Or was it?
Yeah, it was yesterday. He announced it yesterday. It's hilarious. I was listening to my favorite comedy channel, MSNBC, on the way in. And I want to give them an actual shout out, right? I've been saying this for weeks, that there's been a major shift taking place in the media where it's like even MSNBC is becoming more fair and balanced, oddly enough. And so they're talking about the Hegseth Waltz leak, if you want to call it that. Which it was, and I posted on Facebook, I think, as much as I hate to say it, I think they should be fired for that shit. But I think it's more embarrassing than it was damaging. But what was really interesting is MSNBC, and I'm not talking about the markets right now, but they brought on a general who was just over the top outrageous with like his accusations, and they actually pushed back and corrected him. And broaden the scope instead of letting him narrow it in and make it some extreme outcome. And then the other thing they did, somebody else tried to make the claim that if this was under the Biden administration, 4 people would have been fired already. And they were the talking head on MSNBC was like, yeah, no, they wouldn't have been. And he started pointing out all these other instances from the 13 soldiers being killed at the end of the Afghani war or whatever. I mean, you can go to Joe Biden, the prosecution saying he's too dementia or has too much dementia, is too old and mindlessly feeble to be prosecuted. Hillary Clinton with the 30,000 emails in her private server couldn't be prosecuted by Comey. I mean, and to hear MSNBC actually counterpoint the nonsense that the partisan hacks they brought on just blew me away. That kind of caught me off guard. But back to the markets anyways. And the reason why I was bringing that up is specifically because of these tariffs. We're doing these short form podcasts that use, or little clips and blips that you're putting out on Instagram and on TikTok. And somebody made this comment. We posted this little clip talking about Elon Musk, how Elon Musk in an interview said he put out, he has no patents. He's released his patents. Anybody can, it's all free use. He even sent like the plans for a 40-volt electrical system in a vehicle, which dramatically reduces the amount of copper required to all the other automotive manufacturers so they can start to do the same thing. And somebody on the TikTok was like, well, if he really did that, then why doesn't he take the tariffs off of cars, EVs being imported from China? And again, it's like, it just blows my mind. Like, you guys, the entire world's information is truly not at your fingertips. I used to think that it was that way with Google. Like, once we got these search engines, the level of access that you now have to information and data from Grok, from ChatGPT, from Perplexity is mind-blowing, right? And so all it takes is a very simple question asked, which was, what are the tariffs? Does China have tariffs on EVs coming in from the U.S.? And then a follow-up question, how long have they been in place? And 2 very simple questions, and you find out that China has had a 25% tariff on all cars entering China from the United States since long before Trump was ever in office the first go around. And in addition to the 25% tariff, they've had a 13% VAT tax Like, this is not an even equal playing field. And so that, like, it just blows my mind that we exist in this world where China can do whatever they want to us, and it supposedly doesn't hurt them. And the minute we try to push back and level the playing field, it's going to somehow hurt us. Yeah, no, it isn't. We're the number one buyer on the planet of almost everything. So to allow the EU does this to us. We had a 2.5% tariff on cars coming in from the EU. They have had a 10%, I think, tariff on cars coming from America, and not just America, but all countries. So we've allowed the European Union, we've allowed China to hammer our car industry with these massive tariffs and VAT taxes, all while not doing the same thing to them. Like, how unfair do you want to be to our car manufacturers?
Yeah, I mean, the auto import, it's basically reciprocal because it would just be matching what China already
that's all we're
has
doing.
on us.
That's all we're doing. Yeah. That's all we're doing. Right now, I do want to pop in and say really quick, Abby made me a delicious coffee this morning, and she used some of Andy Rieger, Jay Rieger's Cafe Amaro coffee-flavored whiskey.
Pretty delicious.
It's pretty delicious.
What is it, black coffee mixed with
black
that?
Black coffee with Cafe Amaro.
Very nice.
So I don't know if any of you have ever tried Jay Rieger's Cafe Amaro, but if you're looking for a little pick-me-up, I guess it's not really a pick-me-up.
Oh, it is.
If you're looking for a little something to help you deal with the markets bouncing around and all over the place, just start your day off with a little Cafe Amaro.
Amen.
All right, so the market's down 3 on the tariffs. Nobody's going to care. I'm telling you, same thing that we've been saying for weeks, I think. I don't know if you'd agree with me, but this shit's just going to keep bouncing the market around until the market kind of like just gets used to it and business goes about normal while Trump does what he does.
Yeah, I would agree. I think next week when April 3rd rolls around, it's, I don't know, not all hell is going to break loose. I think life will just go on. Markets will be fine. So
that's right.
But we'll see. We'll see in a week.
We'll see. All right. If any of you have any pressing questions, or 1 week we took a request on the crazy, drastic Medicaid cuts that were going to devastate everybody's Medicaid benefits. So if you want us to look at cuts being made to the VA, Social Security, the transgender gardening program in Ethiopia that the USAID was funding, whatever it is, just let us know. We'll try and tackle it.
Yep.
Until next week, this is Elliot.
Nathaniel.
Signing off.